Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, I'm going to play an Orzhov Blink. So, the Blink combo has been in Standard for a while now because of Steel Seraph and Phyrexian Fleshgorger. The prototype cards are really good with Blink. When you flicker them, they come back as the non-prototype side and really blow out your opponent. Now, with the sort of Standard being so red as it is, Phyrexian Fleshgorger kind of just stops everything in its track because it's a 7/5 life linking. So when we attack, we gain 7 life, red just loses. Now, of course, that means we have to try to get there, so the rest of the deck is kind of the removal package to help us get there, with one addition from Foundation, and that is the Charming Prince. A 2-mana 2/2 that whenever he enters, we get to either scry 2, gain 2 life, or gain 3 life, or flicker a creature of our own. So, now, a lot of times we want to flicker Steel Seraph or Phyrexian Fleshgorger, but in the early game we can also use him to scry 2, and against red, if in a pinch, we can always use him to gain 3 life and try to survive longer that way until we have enough to land a Fleshgorger and gain life there. So let's talk about the whole deck list, shall we? In the early game, we're going to have 4 cut down. That's basically all we have for turn 1. Don't look at this. This is a what's it called? Spree card, so it's not actually a 1-drop. Turn 1 is the cut down. Turn 2, we have 4 Charming Prince, 2 Soul Partition, 4 Parting Gust, and 4 Nowhere to Run. So here is our removal and Nowhere to Run. Parting Gust help us flicker, but also help us remove when we need to. Charming Prince, of course, is just a temple card that can also double as a flicker. And Soul Partition doesn't flicker, but you can use Soul Partition to Soul Partition a Nowhere to Run or a Charming Prince to slow flicker them, or you can use Soul Partition as a removal against an opponent's big enchantment or artifact, right? And then going to turn 3, this is where it gets good. We have Getaway Glamer, which is a 3-mana flicker or 2-mana flicker or a 3-mana removal. That can also be a 4-mana flicker and removal. That is a very good card to use in this deck because we sometimes want to remove, sometimes we want to flicker, sometimes we want to do both. So you can do this for 3, but most likely you're going to do it for either 2 mana or 4 mana. You don't want to just use Getaway Glamer as a removal. It will feel kind of bad if it's just removal, but it's, you know, it can work. So I'm going to put that in the 4-mana category. Scrollshift is a 3-mana flicker. Exiles 1 artifact, creature, or enchantment that we control, and then bring it back at the end of turn. And then, or actually, I just bring it back. Returns to owner control. That's it, not in the turn. Right away. But then we draw a card. So it does give a little bit of card draw, but more importantly, it is able to help us flicker our Overlord of the Mistmoors. Overlord of the Mistmoors is a enchantment that costs 4 for impending, and once we impend, we can flicker it to get the actual Overlord side back. And then the other 3-mana plays are 4 Phyrexian Fleshgorger and 4 Steel Seraphs. These are never going to be played for 6 or 7 mana. They're going to be played for 3 mana, and then we flicker them. That's kind of the idea. So this deck is kind of low curve, right? 1 mana play, 2 mana play, 3 mana play, a little bit of 4 mana play. So, because it's low enough curve, it's not aggro, but it's kind of tempo, mid-range, low curve, we can go with just 24 lands total. So we're going to have 5 Planks, 5 Swamps, 4 Caves of Koilos, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 2 Restless Fortress, 2 Shadowy Backstreet, and then 2 Fountainports. So there's not a lot of utility lands in the deck, it's just the Fountainports. And there's not even that many dual color lands. We have a lot of basic lands because we want to go fast. I don't want to hit a tap land in like turn 3 or 4 and have to consider what do we do when we want to make 2 plays. It still won't happen, honestly, but I will try to avoid that the best we can. So that's why there's 5 plains and 5 swamps. That's all the basic package. If there were more untapped lands, like the Cave of Koilos or Concealed Courtyards, I'll probably put this in the deck too. But the Restless Fortress and the Backstreets, these are all tap lands. So I had to cut it down to 2/2 each. That way we'll always have turn 3 play. Most importantly, we need to make one of these as a turn 3 play if we really want to tempo out and not die to aggro. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Wicked. The movie or the musical? Either way, we're getting to go first. Ooh, that's a good prince, but I do have a Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Let's see. Let's see what our opponent's doing. Are they mulliganing? Oh, they're mulliganing. Okay. That means they're aggro. I might have to gain that life. Mountain, higher claw, yeah. Okay, this is definitely good. Do I want to get rid of the claw now? Will he have a pump for the claw? he will want to play this. There's the Manifold Mouse. Yep. Gotcha. Patience paid off. So you got Phyrexian Fleshgorger. A little bit of life gain. Could go a long way. Can't actually block here, huh? That is scary. Swift Sphere. Alright. Do you have a Lightning Strike? No, it's a Claw. We're gonna have to take all of this damage. Wow. He's got 1 mana. He didn't attack. I was not expecting a non-attack. Alright, if he's not gonna attack. I don't think he has a 1 mana way to remove the Fleshgorger. Now it's a 7/5. Good luck. Get the F out of here, Wicked. Alright, our opponent is Valin92. Young boy. Born 1 year before Magic started. We're gonna go first. We can't really blink anything, but I'm gonna keep it anyway. Maybe we'll get something to work. Leyline of the Void. Cool. I don't care about that at all. Alright, so they're probably gonna bat us. I'm gonna bet. There's no reason to throw out a Prince, right? Because then I can't stop the bat. Paw Patch. I was not expecting that. What the heck is this deck? Oh, Golgari Talent. Okay. Get rid of that before he gives all those +1/+1s. And another removal. Okay, well, I guess we go with it. Whatever creature he plays, we remove. Okay, I guess not that one. Do we give him a fish? Can't remove that anyway, so you can have a fish. Time for an Overlord. Wow. That's a tech. That is a tech. But I also have a tech. Steel Seraph. Charming Prince. I'm taking a lot of damage here. He's gonna have to answer every turn. So I'm doing something right. Nowhere to run? Is that a cut down? There's a cut down. Alright, he's spending 2 cards on 1. I still have a cut down. My Overlord is coming. I'll take the 1. I'll take another 1. Alright, giving me time. So, this race I think I'm gonna win. I don't know where to run. Alright, I guess we're both doing all that removal things. Cool. We still take the 1. And we get our Overlord here. Probably gotta go for the throw, right? It would make sense. might as well sling a cut down now. The cut down's not. It will hit something. So, you know, make a fish. We'll do the blocks. Now I get the Gleamer. Thanks for the late comer. Second late. Yo, really eggs out. We're gonna take a lot of life. That's all right. Oh man, this is gonna be a game. Preacher, you got your preacher. Destroy target creature if no other creature has greater power. And do it like that. We'll make another fish. Take 3. Mosswood Dread Knight, alright. Getting the Fountainport. Playing the Dread Knight. It doesn't get exiled. But it does hurt him. Right? Because he has to pay life to do that. I'll make a fish. Go to my turn here. He's got 2 man. Oh, that's a card that I want to play. I don't know, give one of them a lifelink. Uh, 3, 4. No, let's just do the 3. He's gonna have to answer. Steel Seraph. And he's still gonna have to use the Restless Cottage if he wants to attack. So I think I'm okay. The reason why I kept the 1 here is because I can know where to run the Restless Cottage and then block the 1/1 to kill it. Obviously, it's very obvious. Gig's Command will kill everything. Alright, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's something that has to happen there, I guess. Alright, Fountainport for 4. And this is for 2. Alright, so does he have a cut down? Gotta see if he wants to attack with a card. Alright, Galissa. Galissa's quite annoying, but at least I do have an answer for Galissa. Ooh, Fleshgorger. Alright, how can he can't block, right? Down to 6. So 7/5. That's a good top deck. But he still can't block, right? Can he create a creature somehow? He could create a creature and then attack. So, I guess we play 2 Fleshgorgers and see what he wants to do. Can't block both. Death Touch Lifelink is pretty good, but hey, Fleshgorger is even better. Gorge or fresh? Fresh flesh. Yep. Not attacking. Galissa can't attack. Otherwise he dies. He can't target the Fleshgorgers. Oh, actually he can. He's got 2 nowhere to run. What am I thinking? They don't do much. But you gotta make the plays that you have. It does not have lifelink, which means that he needs 4 creatures to block the Fleshgorgers. Oh, attacking. And GG. We got him. Got there. Alright. Our opponent is Ruben from American Idol. How many people remember that? It was like 2nd season or something. Opponent goes first. We gotta cut down and know where to run, so we can live with an opponent goes first. I don't like it, but we could live with it. That's what I'm saying. Gotta cut it down as soon as you can. Get that out of here. Swiss Sphere. Didn't pump it. Alright. I don't think I want to use nowhere to run here, right? It's not great, but we gotta make do. Is he gonna pump? He does pump. Stop that from happening. No pumps for you. Okay. We're gonna ping ourselves. No. We're gonna ping ourselves for 1 for the Fleshgorger. And we're not gonna block. I would like to block, but I'm not gonna. It's a little bit more important to get the Vigilance lifelink. Oh, Jesus. Alright. The Soul Partition and Nemesis, but he'll just play it again, right? I mean, what can I do? I just already have lifelink. Giving a Vigilance, does that do anything? Potentially blocking the Swiss Sphere? There's a stick. It's just gonna burn the Nemesis. Monster's Rage is +4, making it as 5. You can kill this. You can't kill both of my creatures, right? It's kind of the scary part. Do I double block? Not blocking the Nemesis. That can give me a little bit of life. Monster's Rage. And he pumped the toughness out of 6. It's not first strike, was it? Still gaining 3 life. It's down to 1 card. It's gonna shock his home. Okay. Manifold Mouse. Manifold Mouse is scary. Glimmer costs 3, right? So I have 2 mana for Soul Partition. Actually, I could do both next turn. At the beginning of a control... Wait, no. Turn the battlefield under its own at the beginning of the next end step. So I think I want to Glimmer on his turn. That would mean that I don't get the Soul Partition. Exile target non-token creature, so the mouse. Then destroy target creature of no creature's greater power. You can have it back. Oh, that's a good card. Well, if I cut it down, then I don't actually have Soul Partition. So what do I do here? Because I'm not playing the Fleshgorger because I don't have enough mana. Just pass turn. mean, that doesn't give it pump, right? +1/+0 doesn't give it pump. Alright, let's kill it. Well, let's try to kill it. It's gone. Fleshgorger. I can still gain life, and that's very important for me. It's got 2 mana, so maybe it's a lightning strike. Gonna strike my Phyrexian Fleshgorger, I guess. He has it. I don't know how many of these decks run lightning strikes. Alright, Ruben, playing your stupid mouse deck, and this is where you got me. You having fun? It's a 7/5 lifelinker. Hey, yeah, get out of here, you. Red decks. Right, our opponent is Varuva Spatula. I don't know what a Varuva is, but the spatula is very annoying because it always gets stuck in the drawer. We're gonna go first. Alright, we got Scrollshift. Oh, we got a Gleamer for the Fleshgorger too. So let's try it. It did something. We also have a cut down in case we need to remove. That's always nice. Alright, already starting. Oh, this deck. Don't know how I can fight that. It basically bounces everything, so even if I do get the blink on, it just gets bounced. That's not fun. I guess I'm not blinking. Pixie? Yeah. Do I even want to play out against this deck? I guess if I draw an Overlord here, I still have a chance. Otherwise, I'm going to peace out. That is an Overlord. That is an Overlord. Fleshgorger is not nothing, so see if our opponent responds. I mean, they just got all bounce spells anyways, right? But they can't really target Fleshgorger easily because of the ward. So that's nice. Maybe they target anyways? Maybe they target anyways. That makes me happy. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay, that's less good. Attacking with the flying. Soul Partition. Alright, they could play something to buff his stuff. Getting a big Fleshgorger is already pretty good, right? So let's try it out. Maybe we'll get somewhere if he just tries to catch the Fleshgorger off guard. Nope, he did not bite. That's not what I wanted to play. Play Overlord the Mistmoors. Get a little 2-1 action here. See if he bites on those. Get to Scrollshift the Overlord if he's tapped out, right? But only if he's tapped out. This town, yeah. I don't know if he's gonna tap out. This town is very annoying to us. Huh. Letting the Scavenger die? That's surprising though. Sending a Scavenger to his doom? Oh, he's Kaito. Okay.
Watch closely. You don't worry, Pom Pom.
I mean, I don't like Kaito, but actually it gives me the Overlord chance. with the Scrollshift. If I can draw a land here, that would be fantastic. I don't draw a land. So the Fleshgorger can attack. And I gain the life.
Move fast.
Oh, I'll draw a card here, so it might draw me a land. It did draw me a land. So we can Soul Partition the Kaito. Cost 5 to play. Never play it. Do we Soul Partition the Kaito? It's really annoying, right? I don't want him to have a Planeswalker. Because that attack meant nothing.
Need more intel.
So he has to stop the Overlord. He has to stop the Fleshgorger. And we have a Parting Gust and 2/2/1. So it's not nothing on board. And we gain a lot of life, so he can't just, you know, kind of try to trade or race with Pixie. It won't work as easily. This deck is really annoying, but it's something, right? You can Gleamer him. It is an instant. Now that Overlord and Mistmoors is out, it is going to be very impactful. That being said, though, you know, he could definitely just kind of overwhelm us on board with all these otters. He doesn't have that much time. That's the one saving grace that I have, is that he doesn't have that much time. He doesn't have shelter. I can double block and kill one of the pixies. How much do I care about that? I think I just double block to kill the pixie. Alright, we do get a Steel Seraph, but I think I'm gonna Gleamer here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana to exile. Or 5 mana to kill it. Right? I can just pay 5 mana and kill it. That's all I can do. Should attack first. Gave me that 3 life back. There's nowhere to run here, so I have to pay the full mana cost. I do get my Overlord back in 2/2/1. Haha, got him. Oh man, this deck is so annoying. But we still got there. Thanks to the Overlord. Like I said, right, if I didn't have the Overlord, it did not stand a chance. But the Overlord beat his butt against black. Alright, our opponent is Itchy. Well, I'm going to rename myself to Scratchy. Because that's the legendary fight, right? We got to go first. Alright, we got to cut down. Going first. We got 2 black to play the Fleshgorger if we need to. Everything is looking nice. Unless they're not red, then everything's looking horrible. They're not red. Oh no. Orzhov? No, I'm Orzhov. They're mono white so far. No! Alright. Another one of this combo decks. That'll be fun. Start by milling 4. Start by milling 4. Is it a Jin deck? Alright, well. Jin decks are pretty hard to fight. So at least we get some tempo on. We get to cast one of them from the graveyard. What's he gonna do? Chart a course? Into the Flood Maul? If he Flood Mauls me, just take 3. I'm okay with that. No, he's gonna chart a course. I mean, he's going to Charter Communications. Draw 2, discard a card. What is this deck? Is it just Oculus? It's a little slow for an Oculus deck, honestly. Let's attack here, see if he wants to bounce. I'm pretty sure there's a Flood Maul, right? Overlord of the Mistmoors. Maybe he's gonna hard cast an Oculus. There's a Flip Maul. I mean, on a 2-1. Is that a good idea? He could definitely Oculus right now. And then he can manifest. No, just a Haughty Djinn. Haughty Djinns are a bit of an annoying card. So I guess we attack first. See if he blocks. If he blocks, we try to know where to run. Tap the Fountainport. There's your Haughty Djinn. There was no reactions? Okay, you are screwed if there's no reactions here. Here's a 7-5. Ha! Take that, Djinn deck. Alright, we beat that deck hands down, apparently. We had a pretty good draw, too. Alright, our opponent is Jocelyn. Jocelyn goes first. I'm gonna keep this hand, but it's kind of risky anyways. Mana Line. Ooh. Lion's deck. Lion's deck going first. Squire. And we're kind of gonna have to fight through this, right? We'll try our best. Helpful Hunter is at least a breath for us. They got a Leon and Vanguard. I kind of have to play this here, even though that's my only creature. That feels bad. Do they have a removal for her? Roaming Throne, okay. Roaming Throne is scary, but it's not too scary. At least we have nowhere to run out, so the Roaming Throne gets locked down. Not attacking? Your go. Alright, our opponent's a filthy loser. Even though he plays one of the cool decks. Just gotta have to rope. Yes, attack for 3. Not like I'm gonna block. So, Glimmer for 4. That's the idea, so let's give this lifelink. Exile target non-token creature, and then destroy target creature with no power grading. No Throne for you. Now I have a 5/4. Now the battle begins. Another Roaming Throne. Alright, I don't need I don't need 5 mana, so 4 is enough for this turn. Let's go for the attack. Let's go for Vigilance this time. Does it gain life? It does gain 1 life. Gotta put a stop here if it goes to combat, before the Vanguard goes on a trigger. Flanker. Well, let's not have that happen. You can have a fish. I'm killing your throne. One to the top, huh? That's a good card he wants. Another Vanguard, okay. Don't think I need to kill any of these. He does gain life. It's quite annoying, but I deal 5 damage a turn. If he's not going to attack, he can start making fish. So there's that. There is that. Overlord and Mistmoors. Not gonna have to make fish anymore. Let's get a vigilance. Right, he kept that card on top. He wanted it. It's a Squire. Right, Squire is fine. He doesn't get any creatures like this. And I can kill the Squire. Do I kill in response? No, I just kill it right now. Not worth the risk. I get a Fleshgorger? That's even better. Alright, let's attack for Vigilance. The backswing could kill me, huh? This is 9 damage, right? That makes it lethal next turn. Now we play the Fleshgorger. We impend some more. And whatever creature he has, he didn't have any creatures. Actually, he's not lethal because of the Vanguard, but that's okay. I think it's okay. I think it's still lethal if I use the Fortress, so let's see what he wants to do. He has 1 card. He can rope. Ah, come on. Come on, opponent. That's all I can say. Usually opponent starts roping like this because they're a sore loser, so we'll just start dropping the mic on them. Come on! If you're gonna lose, just lose with grace. You're playing a cat deck, you should be expecting this pretty often. Alright, we'll go to my turn. You put up a good fight, I think. He's got 4 mana and a stick. Nothing, huh? Okay. So do I take off my shield here and just go in for the attack? Actually, I don't need to do that. Skip this flying. That's a GG. GG. Alright, our opponent is Dren. Duren. I mean, change that D to an F, then you'll be a friend. But no, you gotta be a Duren. We're gonna go first. Backstreet is okay. I'm gonna play Backstreet first. Try to get the 4th land. That would be pretty helpful here. Another cut down. I do already have a cut down to play next turn. And I need to get into my lands, but can't turn down a cut down. It's very useful against red deck. And it's red! What do you know? Put them to the test. Cut down your first creature. Here comes the charger. Yep. Cut that down too. Can I draw land, please? Okay, good. So we get the Gleamer, their 3rd creature, and then we Overlord. For days. I Glimmer this. It's not a very good creature, but killing red creatures is usually good. I don't know. It's usually good, but honestly, like, not killing this, how bad would that be? Well, I guess I got too greedy. I should have killed a higher claw. I didn't know I was going to draw another Glimmer, but there were chances of that. Just going to shock one of them. First lightning, basically shock one of them. Alright. Didn't matter. Goodbye, red. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you see all those flickering, blinking games, how does this deck feel? I'm okay with this deck. I would say I like it. I love the fact that it absolutely beat down on any red deck that dares to show its face, right? And basically, whenever you when you queue up with this kind of deck, Matchmaker knows right away that you're gonna pick on their little red babies, and they're not gonna match you up with red. So of all the games I played today, I only played against I think 2 red decks, and they immediately got blown out of the water. Maybe 3. I think 1 quit really quickly. But basically, not a lot of red decks. But this deck absolutely falters to control decks. If you're fighting a control deck, just pray that you're going first and you have tempo. Otherwise, by turn 3, when they start DOJ, and then by turn 4, they start Sunfalling because they got a ramp on. That's it. That's it. Game over. It's very difficult to go over the top against a control deck. We did it here or there, but honestly, overall, I did lose to control deck a lot, and that is something that you have to consider, right? If you're fighting against any deck that has board wipes, that's very hard to fight through. And one of the decks that I really did not want to fight through, even though we beat him, I mean, we beat him because I'm an amazing player, but against the Pixie decks, this deck is going to struggle, mainly because they have a lot of bounce spells, and bounce beats blink. I can blink the Seraph, they bounce the Seraph, and then I got nothing. I mean, I play it again, but that's not really worth it, right? We want to be able to blink and have them deal with us 5-4 or 7-5, and that's not very easy to do. Of course, you can bounce the Fleshgorger and hope that your opponent doesn't want to pay, or you can blink the Fleshgorger, hope that your opponent doesn't want to pay 7 life to try to bounce a Fleshgorger, but a lot of times they also have nowhere to run, so that's also out of the question. The last thing I want to talk about for this deck is a little bit of alteration. I want to have 4 Overlords. I honestly did not see how useful Overlord is when I was constructing or brewing this deck, but now that I've played through all the games, a lot of the games I want on the back of the Overlord of the Mistmoors. This gives us tempo enough for us to have the kind of get to the Steel Seraph and Fleshgorger turns. Without this, a lot of times we don't have enough board presence, and our opponent will overrun us. So that Overlord the Mistmoors, I think, is crucial. So you need to have 4 Overlord the Mistmoors. Now, because you need to have 4, you need to cut 2 other cards. And I'm not sure what to cut here. Maybe the Soul Partition is a little bit slow, even though it is kind of a universal removal. Maybe it's a little bit too tricky to pull off in a deck like this. Maybe it's a Scrollshift and a Soul Partition. Maybe it's a Scrollshift and a Parting Gust. Maybe it's a Scrollshift and a Steel Seraph. I don't know. And that is what could improve this deck potentially. There's a few other prototyping cards, but all of those other prototyping cards I don't think is as good as these 2 prototyping cards, because strictly what I'm taking this deck to do is just beat red. If they're trying to aggro us, our life gain is gonna get us back. That's kind of the idea of this deck, and that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.